We begin now on the top of Daf Yud Zayin Amud Aleph in Maseches Brachos. This is Berachos Daf 17a. We've been discussing different things that the Amoraim said after they finished the Shmona Esrei, and the Gemara on the bottom of Tes Zayin Amud Beis quoted Rav Safra that Rav Safra would say that there should be peace, and the Gemara picks up here Bepamalia Shel Mala Uvepamalia Shel Mata, with the groups that are above and the groups that are below. Rashi explains what does it mean, the groups that are above. He says that when there's arguments in the groups above, then there becomes war between the nations down below. Uvein hatalmidim ha'oskin b'torasecha, and there should also be peace between the students who are learning your Torah, bein oskin lishma, bein oskin shelo lishma, whether they are learning lishma, whether they are learning not lishma, v'chola oskin shelo lishma, yehi ratzon sheyu oskin lishma. And those who are osik in Torah not lishma, it should be your will that they should be osik lishma. Rabbi Alexandri basar tzeluse amar hachi. Rabbi Alexandri, after he davened, he said as follows: Yehi ratzon milfanach Hashem Elokeinu shetamidenu bekeren ora ve'al tamidenu bekeren chashecha ve'al yidve libeinu ve'al yachshechu einenu. He said that we should be in the corner of light and not of darkness, and our eyes should not be darkened, and we should not have sadness. Ikadi amri ha Rav Hamnuna matzli love Rav Alexandri basar de matzli amar hachi. Some people say that the above was actually said by Rav Hamnuna, and Rav Alexandri said the following: Ribon ha'olamim golov yadu lefanecha sheratzonenu lasos ritzoncha. The Master of the world, it is known to you that we want to do your will. Mima akev, what's holding us back? Seor, Shebi Isa, the seor that is in the dough. Rashi says that's compared to the Yetzer Hara of Shibud Malchios, and the Shibud Malchios, the fact that we are in Galus. We should be able to do Teshuvah and serve Belev of Shalem. Rava Basar Tzeluse Amar Hachi. Rava, after he finished davening, he would say as follows: Elokai ad shelo natzarti eini chedai ve'achshav shenatzarti ki'ilu lo natzarti afar ani b'chayai kal v'chomer b'misasi. Before I was created, I wasn't worth it. Now that I'm created, not worth it. I'm like dust. In my lifetime, certainly in my death, it should be your will I shouldn't sin anymore. Anything that I do sin should be cleansed, should not be through great afflictions and disease. This same prayer was the vidoy that Rav Hamnuna Zute would say on Yom Kippur. Mar brei de Ravina ki have Messiah tzluse amar hachi. Mar, the son of Ravina, when he finished davening, he said as follows: Elokai netzor l'shon imeru usvasai v'sifsosai midaber mirma v'lim kalei nafshi sidom. Menafshi kafar lakol tiapsach li v'sarsecha uv'mitzvasecha tirdof nafsi v'satzileni mifegara miyetzer hara u'meishara mikol ros hamisrakshos lova ba'olam. So you should guard my tongue. You should protect me from all kinds of evils. V'chol hachoshvim alai ra mehera hafer atzasam v'kalkel machshavosam. Anyone who's trying to do harm to me, it should be disrupted. Yu l'ratzon imreifi v'hegyon libi l'fanecha Hashem tzuri v'goali. That my words should be accepted. Rav Sheshes, ki have Yosef betanisa. When Rav Sheshes would sit and fast, basar dematzli amar hachi. After he davened, he would say as follows: Ribon ha'olamim golei lefanecha b'zman shebeis hamikdash kayim adam chote makrav karban vein makriven mimenu el chelbo v'dam u'mischaperlo. He says, Ribono Shalom, you know that in the times of the Beis HaMikdash, if a person did a sin, the person could just bring a carbon, and what do you put on the Mizbeach from a carbon? You put just the fat and the blood, and that's a kapara, that's an atonement. V'achshav, and now, Yoshavti b'tainis v'nismayit chelbi v'dami, now I have sat and I have fasted, and my own fat and my own blood have diminished. Yiratzon milfanecha, shehei chelbi v'dami shenismayit ki'ilu hikravdi l'fanecha, agave hamizbeach v'atirtzeni, so it should be accepted like a carbon, and I should be forgiven. Rabbi Yochanan ki have Messiahim Sifra de Eov. When Rabbi Yochanan would finish Sefer Eov, Amar Hachi would say as follows: Sof Adam Lamos v'Sof Be'em L'Shchita. The end of man, the end of animal is for death. V'Hakolamis, everything goes to death. Heimomdim, everything stands to die eventually. Ashrei Misha Gadol b'Torah v'Amola b'Torah v'Osanachas Ruach LeYotzro. Fortunate is the person who is raised and he toils in Torah and he creates nachas ruach for his creator. V'Gadol b'Shem Tov v'Nifter b'Shem Tov. He's raised with a good name and he departs with a good name in ha'olam, from the world. V'Yolav Amar Shlomo Tov Shem Mishem and Tov v'Yom Hamavis Miyom Hivaldo. It is better a name, a good name, than Mishem and Tov, than the good fats, and it is better the day of death than the day of being born. Margala befume de Remi Meir. it was accustomed in the mouth of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir used to say as follows: Gamur b'chol levavcha v'chol nafsh v'chol adas estarki v'lishkot al dalse torasi. So you should, with all your heart and all of your soul, you should strive to learn my ways and to sit by my door of Torah. Nitzor torasi belivcha. You should protect my Torah in your heart. V'neged einecha tia yerasi shmor picha mikol ched v'tar v'kadesh atzmecha mikol ashma v'yavon. You should. My fear should be in front of you. You should guard your mouth from sin and keep yourself pure from all sin. Vani eya imcha b'chol makom, and I will be with you everywhere. Margala befumayu de Rabbanon de Yavna. The following was accustomed to be said by the Rabbanon in Yavna. They said as follows: Ani birya v'chaverai birya. I am a creation, and my friend was a creation, is created by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ani malachti ba'ir v'hu malachto b'sada. I work in the city, he works in the field. Ani mashkim l'malachti v'hu mashkim l'malachto. I get up and do my work, he gets up and does his work. Hashem shu eino miskader b'malachti. Just as he is not an expert in my work, kach ani eini miskader b'malachto. I too am not an expert in his work. V'shem tomar ani marbe v'hu mamin. Maybe you'll say that I do a lot, he does a little. Shaninu, it has been taught. Echad hamarba v'echad hamamit, whether one does a lot or a little, uvilvad sheyichav in libo lashamayim. The main thing is that he should have kavana, his heart should be turned towards the heaven. Margala befume de Abaye, it was common in as an expression of Abaye, liolam yehe adam arum biyira. A person should be full of fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Manerach meshiv chama, somebody who answers softly, he causes that anger recedes and is hidden away. Anger leaves when people answer softly. Umar b'shalom im echav im krovav, somebody who again answers softly, he increases peace with his brothers, with his relatives. V'im kol adam v'afilo im nachri b'shuk, with all people, even with the nachri, the non-Jew in the marketplace. Kadesh yehe ohov l'mala v'nechmad l'mata. This makes a person beloved above and below. V'yehe mekubal al habrios, he's accepted by people. Amru olav al Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai. They said about Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai, shelo ekdimu adam shalom me'olam. Nobody was ever greeted him first. He was always the first to greet someone. V'afilu nachri b'shuk, even a nachri in the marketplace. Margala b'fume de Rava. It was a custom in the mouth of Rava. Tachlis chachma teshuva u'maisim tovim. The goal of chachma is that a person should do teshuva and should do good deeds. Shelo yehi adam korei v'shona uvoed ba'aviv uve'imo uverabo uv'mishu gadol mimenu b'chachma uve'minyan. That a person shouldn't learn psukim and learn mishnayos, and then he goes and acts improperly. He kicks his father and his mother. He rebels against his rebbe and those who are greater than him in wisdom. Shenemar, like it says, Reishis Chachma Yiras Hashem Seichel Tov L'chol Oseihem La'osim Lo Nemar Ela La'oseihem La'osim Lishma V'lo La'osim Shalo Lishma. What is Reishis Chachma? What is the beginning of wisdom? The beginning of wisdom is Yiras Hashem, which is the idea that a person should learn, and it should lead to doing the proper things. And it doesn't say L'chol Osim or La'osim. It says La'oseihem, to tell it's for somebody who does it Lishma, not for somebody who does things Shalo Lishma V'chol Ha'osa Shalo Lishma Noach Lo Shalo Nivra. And anybody who does not lishma, it is better that he is not created. Margala befume de Rav. The following was accustomed in the mouth of Rav. Lo ka'olam hazeh ha'olam haba. This world is not like the next world. Ha'olam haba ein bo lo achila v'lo shasiya. Olam haba has no eating, no drinking, v'lo perya v'ribya, no giving birth, v'lo masa umatan, v'lo kina v'lo sina v'lo tachris. There's no business, there's no jealousy, there's no hatred, there's no fighting. Ala tzadikim yoshvin ve'atrosehem berashehem. Rather the tzadikim sit with the crowns on their heads. V'nenemis v'ashchina, they get hana from the shchina. Shenemar, like it says, vayechazu es ha'elokim vayochlu vayishtu. They see Elokim, they see God, and they eat and they drink. Now at the bottom of the page, Gedola Havtacha Shevtichon HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Nashim Yoser Min HaNashim. The guarantee that was given to the women is greater. The guarantee from HaKadosh Baruch Hu is greater than that which was given to men. Shenemar, like it says, Nashim Sha'nanos, the calm women, Kumna Shemana Koli, get up, listen to my voice. Banos Botchos, the assured daughters. Ha'azina imrasi, listen to my saying. And there you see the word botchos, haftacha. The idea is that this guarantee was greater for the banos and for the nashim, for the women. Amrle Rav Rabbi Chia. Rav said to Rabbi Chia, Nashim v'mai zachian. How do women, where do they get their merit from? Bakrui b'nayu levei knishta, when they bring their children to the Beis HaKnesses, uvasnuya gavraya be'rabbanan, and when their husbands go to the be'rabbanan, to the house of the rabbanan, v'nachon legavraya, who add da'asim be'rabbanan, and they wait for their husbands to return from the Bei Rabbanan. Ki have a mifteri Rabbanan mi Bei Rabbi Ami v'amri la mi Bei Rabbi Chanina. When the Rabbanan would depart from the house of Rabbi Ami, some people say it was from the house of Rabbi Chanina. Amri lehachi, they said as follows: Olamcha tira b'chayecha, you should see your world in your lifetime. V'acharischa l'chay olam haba, v'tikvascha l'dordorim, your end should be olam haba, and your hope should be for many generations. Libcha yeget tvuna picha yidaber chachmos l'shon chayar cheshunanos. Your heart, your mouth, your tongue should all speak and should all deal with wisdom. Afapecha yashiru negdecha einecha yiru b'mar Torah. It should sing in front of you, in front of your eyes, the light from Torah. Ufanecha yazhiru kizoar harakia. And your face should shine like the Zohar Rakia. Das, your lips should be filled with das. V'chiliosecha ta'alozna meisharim upamecha yarutzu lishmoa devriatek yom. And your innards should sing, and your steps should run to hear the words of the ancient wisdom. Ki have a mifteri Rabbanan mibei Rav Chisda. When the Rabbanan used to depart from the house of Rav Chisda, v'amri la mibei Rav Shmuel bar Nachmeni. Some people say they would depart from the house of Rav Shmuel bar Nachmeni. Amru lehachi. They said as follows: Alufeinu misuvolim. So it means like our leaders, they're filled with burden. So now the Gemara, that's what they used to say. So what does that mean? Alufeinu misuvolim. What does this mean? Alufeinu misuvolim. Rav u'Shmuel v'yamri Rabbi Yochanan v'Rebbe Lazar. It's a machlokas between Rav and Shmuel. Some people say it's a machlokas between Rabbi Yochanan and Rebbe Lazar. Chad amar alufeinu baTorah u'misubolim b'mitzvos. You are leaders in Torah, and you are burdened. You're burdened full of mitzvos. Some interpret the other interpretation is as follows. One says, Alufeinu b'Torah uva mitzvos, our leaders in Torah and mitzvos, umisubalim b'yisurim, but burdened and filled with yisurim, with afflictions. And we will continue this discussion on the next daf, on Daf Yud Zayin Amud Beis.